I don't even know how to start this. Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. This video is kind of going to be like an update video or like a response video in a kind of a way. I don't even know how to start this because I've never done this before and I never thought that I would do this. I'm a very opinionated person and I very much stand in and stand behind what I say like 95% of the time. So it's really hard for me to even do this. So I don't know where to begin. Basically, I'm going to be responding to one of my old videos that I made. And I'm actually making the decision to take it down. So yeah. I realize I'm not making any sense right now. So it is Black History Month. And this month I did make quite an effort to make my content really centered around that. I'm like proud of who I am and I'm proud of us as a people, and I like to celebrate that in any opportunity that I can, and I like to do that as much as possible on my channel. But I don't think about it too much. I just try to have it be like natural. I just express who I am, and part of who I am is a Black person. But 2 years ago I made a video that was called "We Don't Need a Black History Month," and I titled it that on purpose because it was shocking and I wanted people to watch it because I was very, very emotional when I made that video, and I said a lot of things in that video that now, 2 years later, I think were exaggerated and not an articulate explanation of how I really feel about the matter. And I got very angry in it, and I don't know why. At the time when I made that video, Barack Obama was still president. To me, honestly, at the time, I firmly believed that Donald Trump becoming president was comical, but now here we are, a little over a year into Donald Trump's presidency. And since he has become president, we've seen a shift in the way that people interact with one another, in the way that people feel about race relations. When I made that video, movies like Get Out had not come out yet. Movies like Black Panther had not come out yet. Just seeing a lot of the things that have gone on with Black Lives Matter movement, and with even like the Women's March and the Me Too movement, and some of the protests that were going on in was it South Carolina? I think it was South Carolina. A lot of stuff has really changed my opinion, but to the core, I still believe in the principle of what I said in that video, which is I still think that we don't need a Black History Month. We should just appreciate each other for who we are. And the main thing that I wanted to emphasize in that video is that we shouldn't focus so much on people's differences. And I'm not saying be color blind, just be accepting to all the colors in the rainbow, and just know that like Bob is Bob and Shaquan is Shaquan. And Shaquan's a cool guy and Bob's a cool guy, and let Shaquan be Shaquan and let Bob be Bob. We don't have to like separate Shaquan and make him feel other. And that's kind of the feeling that I get sometimes when I think of Black History Month, is that it feels like something that is just drawing attention to the fact that we're Black, and just drawing attention to the fact that we're oppressed. And I don't know why I put quotes around that, we were oppressed. But the core of what I wanted to get across in that video that I don't think I did effectively is that I don't think that we'll ever get past depression, or we'll ever get past any of the hardships that we are facing on a daily basis if we keep emphasizing how different we are, and keep focusing on the struggles of how different we are. If you celebrate your differences and celebrate who you are as a person on a daily basis, like 365 days of the year, if everybody does that, of every single race, Spanish, Middle Eastern, black, white, Asian, Indian, doesn't matter. I think that would be a better scenario. One of the things I said in the video was, we don't have a whole month dedicated to other races.
We don't have a whole month dedicated to other races.
And it's true, we don't. And other races have been exiled and tortured and oppressed too. Like, we don't have a Jewish History Month, and they had one of the biggest genocides in history. I mean, I'm not sure if they have anything like that in Germany because that was where it happened, but I still stand by what I say, that we should not have Black History Month. I think we should just celebrate who we are and who everyone is on a daily basis. One of the other things I said in the video is that I don't wake up and think of myself as Black.
I was just immersed in multiculturalism, and I never sat there and thought of myself as Black.
And I think that came across wrong, because what I meant by that statement is not how I think I articulated. I don't think I articulated what I was thinking or what I meant in what I said. And I think it could be interpreted the wrong way, in that I'm not proud of my Blackness, or that I don't want to be Black, and that's not true whatsoever. I love the skin I'm in. I love who I am. I love my culture so much. I love my family so much, and I love celebrating it every single day, and I love learning more about it too. Like, after watching Black Panther, I just want to know more about like my African ancestry, because obviously everybody that's Black has some African ancestry, but I don't know anything about any of my African ancestry. So I really want to do that Ancestry.com test where you spit into a tube and you mail it off to them, and it tells you like what parts of the world you're from, and like if anybody else that's related to you has done the quiz also, it tells you a little bit of information about them, and I think you can like contact them too through Ancestry.com. So I just really want to do that because it just sounds so fascinating, and I really want to do it. But yeah, I'm so proud of who I am, and I want to keep learning about who I am as a person. When I said that I don't wake up and think of myself as Black, what I meant by that statement was that I feel that a lot of people like wear their Blackness on their sleeve and feel like it's something that holds them back, and feel like when they wake up every day that they are at a disadvantage and that they have to try harder than the person beside them to get the same as the person beside them. And I just don't have that mindset, like, whatsoever. I don't believe that at all. You know, more and more, you know, like I said, since the Donald Trump era has come around, I have seen that maybe that is the case in some situations, but I truly believe that if you think like that, it's only going to continue, and it's only going to make it worse. I've been watching a lot of the press for Black Panther like interviews and stuff, and I'm really resonating with Denai Guerrera. She is such a strong, confident woman, and I really feel like she thinks the same way that I do, whereas I think if I can find the footage, I'll try and insert it.
It's breaking box office records everywhere. Now, y'all are not surprised, are you?
A part of me really isn't, and I just never believed the myth I thought it was that, you know, things don't sell from certain perspectives. I just never believed that.
Yeah.
I thought if you create excellence, it'll be responded to, and I'm thankful that Mr. Coogler, amazing as he is, and Marvel got together and created excellence. And so I think the response, it makes sense to me. I think we've been yearning for it.
Yeah.
Right.
Ditto.
It might have been Lupita Nyong'o. I can't remember word for word what she said, but it was something along the lines of, she knows that this industry is not made for her or is not thinking about her, but that she's not going to apologize for showing up to the party.
What did you mean by that? Well, I think, you know, the history of Hollywood didn't look like me. You know, Sidney Poitier came and broke barriers back in the day, and we are still breaking barriers. That's why we have a moment like this with Black Panther. I'm aware that most people in the industry don't look like me and may not be thinking for me, thinking about me and thinking of me when they're writing this stuff. But what me and Danai believe, I know, is that you work with what you have. I make my way with what I have, and I try and make more of it without having to apologize for the fact that the status quo does not necessarily respond to me.
The craziest thing is we're still having these conversations.
And I think that's just the way that you have to live life. Like, okay, yeah, maybe you may not have all the same opportunities as other people, but there's people in every race, in every gender, in every social class that may want to be in a certain place but aren't welcome there because of societal norms, and those things aren't gonna go away. Another person that I really like and really look up to is Gary Vee. He has amazing vlogs. You guys should subscribe to his channel. He always talks about, in business, if you want to be an entrepreneur, that you can't complain about the way that things are. You have to adapt your business and adapt your strategy to the way things are. Yes, you might not be welcome to sit at this table, but just work hard and set your own table. And yes, it's frustrating sometimes that we're not invited to sit at the table, and we can try our best to prove ourselves that we should be worthy to sit there. And we should celebrate people when they are invited to sit there, and when we do make strives forward and try and educate the people that are in charge there to maybe let us in, because we're just as good as everybody else. But complaining about the situation is not going to help us get there, and I think that's all I was really trying to say. I also talked a lot about my upbringing in that video.
Where I grew up in Scarborough, in my elementary school classes, there was more Indian, Asian, Black, and non-Caucasian students than there were Caucasian students.
How I grew up in a big city where it was really, really multicultural. In my elementary school, there was little to no white people, and then when I went to high school in the suburbs, and it was pretty much all white people, and that was kind of like my first taste of a little bit of racism. You know, when I was just learning right from wrong and learning how to treat people and learning how to communicate. I was surrounded by people that looked like me and by people that loved my culture, and people wanted to be like us. Like, there was a lot of Filipino kids in my school, but they all acted Black, if that's a thing, because we're in the big city, so it was like very urban. So everybody kind of acted that way. And in Toronto, you'll find that like the slang in Toronto is very influenced by Caribbean culture, and everybody wants to be West Indian in Toronto because there's a big population of West Indian people in Toronto. And I don't know, I just never felt oppressed growing up. I just felt like I was a kid. I just felt like I was a person, and I just woke up every day like I'm me. I didn't wake up every day like I'm me and I'm Black and my life is hard. So I hope that I articulated that better than I did in the previous video. I think we do have a lot of ways to go in terms of becoming better as a society at accepting people of color, and the way that we do that is by just being nice to people, showing people that like I'm just like you, I'm not any different. I wake up and I brush my teeth and I eat my breakfast and I poop and I pee just like you. We all bleed red. Yeah, that's basically what I'm trying to say in this video. And I hope you guys appreciated it. I know it wasn't very entertaining, but I felt like I needed to make this video to replace that one and kind of explain why I was taking it down. And I hope that you guys agree with me in some respects, and if you're not Black watching this video, that's okay. If you are Black watching this video, just know that you are an amazing human the way that you are, and nobody can ever tell you otherwise. Just live in your power, believe in yourself, and you're an amazing human. Doesn't matter what color you are an amazing human. and I love you. So I will see you guys all next time with another video. Much love, kisses, and subscribe because it's really important, you know. Subscribe.